here coming from lockdown in Sydney. In today's video, I was going to talk about two topics, yeah? And the first one is interest rates and where they're going or perhaps not going. And the second is the Olympics, but I'll get to that one a little bit later. Let's talk about interest rates. Now, originally, the RBA forecast that rates weren't set to move until at least 2024. Now, since then, they have adjusted their statement and they have said that it's not about 2024 so much, but it's about when inflation increases and is maintained at that about 2 to 3% mark. Yeah. They've also said that they will do what they can to keep interest rates low to assist the economy in its recovery. Okay. However, the banks are painting a different story. Yeah. The banks' predictions, and by their estimates and their analysis, is very different to that of the RBA's. CBA, for example, have made a forecast that rates are due to rise in 2022 and moving on to 2023, with rates rising the soonest in late 2022, and they're predicting up to 3 rate rises in 2023. And did I mention at least 2 in 2022? Yeah. ANZ have said that they're probably estimating that for rate rises to occur in the second half of 2023, and Westpac, on the other hand, in the first quarter of 2023. Now, that, in the scheme of things, is a lot sooner than what RBA are saying. So one thing is for sure, we need to watch out for the update on RBA's forecast, which is due in early August. Okay, so keep your eye on that. But what does that mean? Okay, so basically at the moment, these low rate interest rates have continued to fuel the price rises in the property market, and they've also continued to fuel that buyer demand, yeah? Or else the buyer demand has also assisted in the price rises. Now, what does that mean for us property investors or us property buyers? Well, as a property buyer, if you're looking to buy your own home, for many people, it will continue to be a little bit difficult to get into that market, while the supply stock out there for desirable homes may be essentially a little bit low, and interest rates still being where they are, and prices rather rising quite significantly. So you will continue to play that emotional roller coaster, but that's no different if you're looking to buy a home anyway. But what does it mean for investors? Well, many investors are benefiting from this growth in that market. So essentially, as a property investor, if you already own property, fantastic. If you're looking to buy property, we really want to be focusing on areas that are appealing to a owner-occupier. Yeah, because that's what's going to push your values up. We also want to be focusing on areas that are heavily dominated by owner occupiers. And the third thing that we want to make sure that we do is buying in areas where the rental yields have continued to be strong. So here's the thing, a lot of areas, a lot of cities, prices have gone up significantly, but the yields may not be as strong as the price growth. Yeah, and that's particularly the case in a lot of Sydney, for example, and in a lot of Melbourne. Yeah, where the yields that you receive or the rental returns are, even if prices are going up quite a bit, the rental returns are not as high, or it's not high enough to pay for a vast majority of the mortgage itself. So you want to make sure that you are in areas, or you are investing in areas where it's the opposite. Yeah, where the rental yields really do cover a vast majority, if not more than that mortgage. And that is definitely still very, very possible. But it's only select areas. And what kind of rental yields should we be receiving? Well, you want to be looking at yields from that 5% upwards. Or as I like to say, make it really, really easy. If a property is currently valued at $700,000, you want to be receiving $700 a week or more in rent. If it's valued at $1 million, you want to be receiving at least $1,000 a week or more in rent. Yeah, that translates to 5.2%. So that kind of gives you that easy benchmark to work out, am I receiving the right kind of yield? Now, not only do you want to be receiving that kind of yield now, a really good tip is you want to look at the last 2 years in that area, and if that area has had consistent growth in the yield itself. Yeah, in the yield itself. You can get this information, by the way, from sqmresearch.com.au. You can get that information for free if you know what you're looking for. Okay, so you want to look at areas where over the last 2 years, the yields have actually increased around about 5% year on year. And this will give you a good indicator that this area is not just having a surge right now, but it has been appealing and that appeal has been sustainable in the last few years. And then you've got to look at, well, moving forward, is that appeal going to continue moving forward? Are there still draw cards for people to continue to want to come and live in this area, whether that to be as owner occupiers or tenants? Yeah. Now, this brings me to the next topic I wanted to talk about, because I'm going to tie that back in, and that is the Olympics. Very exciting times at the moment. First time in history that I know of where the Olympics has been postponed. So we're having it this year instead of last year. It's very unusual indeed. A lot of controversy around the Olympics and a lot of excitement around the Olympics, which is brilliant. But as a property investor, probably the most exciting news is that the Olympics is coming back to Australia, and this time in Brisbane. And that will set the place on fire. Yeah. But the beautiful thing about Brisbane is it's already going off. Yeah. It's already on an incline. And I'm, sort of blanketing the whole of Brisbane there, but obviously some areas or some suburbs in Brisbane will do better than others. Yeah. But in general, yes, that whole southeastern area of Queensland is due to benefit from the announcement of the Olympics being held in Brisbane. But once again, you got to work out as an investor, how do you get into that market? How do you get this working for you? And the great thing about it is if you decide that you want to benefit from the Olympics, which is still 10 years away, 10 plus years away, because of where Brisbane's at now, yeah, there's still a huge amount of gains now to have, not just in over 10 years time when the Olympics actually does eventuate. Yeah, so that's the beautiful thing. So you've got to find the right suburbs that, once again, have the appeal of affordability so that other owner occupiers are moving in, even if you're an investor, because it's owner occupiers that will be emotional about the market, and they're the ones that are going to maintain the value and increase the value of that market. So coupled with the fact that we want to make sure that the yields are strong in that area and have proven to grow. If this sounds, exciting to you, or if it's a bit much for you, but you still want to know how you can benefit from it all, well, we are here to help you. So make sure you get in contact with us. I will tell you that we have access to some of the top predicted performing suburbs in the whole, and projects, I should say, in the whole of Australia, let alone in Queensland, coming up. And I'm so excited about them. And I can, tell you that these particular investments, these particular property deals are very much unique to us, and they definitely tick all the boxes. They receive the income that we need them to have. They have the proven performance as well, but they definitely are moving quickly. So if it's something that you want to benefit from, all it takes is a conversation. Get in touch with us and we would love to help you. As I say to all my friends and all my clients, what you want to do is put yourself in a position to deny an offer. Yeah. You want to be in the position where you can turn something down, not in a position where you're hearing about an opportunity and then be unable to act on that opportunity. Yeah. So if this is you, yeah, even if you're not ready yet, come have a chat to us and let's help put you in a position to make a choice. Yeah. Just to have the position or just to have the power of choice is a big advantage as a property investor, and it's a huge step forward, and we would love to help you with that. So if that's something that you want to do, make sure you either comment below or email us in the info below. Our email will be below. And if you enjoyed this video, it's something I'm still getting the hang of, please make sure you hit the like button, you click the subscribe button, and hit that little bell. Yeah, because that'll allow you to know when we have released more videos. I look forward to chatting to you very, very soon. Mwah.